1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Banjo Land, Mike Henning here. We're back with the classic bluegrass song this week. We're going to work on Handsome Molly in the key of A. This is a great old song, kind of a classic theme of a guy or a gal goes away on a ship and then they're wondering if, you know, their other significant other is going to love them when they come back. So there's a ton of songs in this genre, and I got this version from the great musician Tim O'Brien. So we're working out of the key of A for this song, and this is a great song to work on playing a melody and also work on playing with drive. So that's kind of playing with authority and with great solid timing. We're going to work on that. I'm going to break down both solos note for note and then show you a bunch of backup stuff I would do for this song. So how to do down the neck rolling back up while staying away from the melody, how to do some up the neck vamping and up the neck rolling back up. We're going to work on that as well. And if you're watching the preview of this lesson, you can head over to my website, mikeheadingmusic.com, and grab the full-length lesson. You'll get access to watch all the videos, and you can download the tabs and the practice tracks. All right, here's Handsome Molly in the key of A. All right, let's start breaking down this Handsome Molly. Remember, we've got our capo on the 2nd fret. We're going to sound like the key of A, but we're thinking in the key of G. Okay, so let me play the first 5 measures, and we'll start breaking it down. Here we go. Let's do that a few times. One more time, real slow. So we're going to start with our pickup. We're going to start on the and of beat 1 with a pinch on the 3rd string and 1st string. I'm using my index and middle finger of my right hand. So what I recommend is counting beat 1, 1 and then we're going to hit the 2nd fret on the 4th string with our thumb of our right hand twice. And then I use my 1st finger on the 1st fret, and we're basically walking down to this open D string. Remember, with our capo, it's a D. So that's what we're doing there. So it's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. So after that initial pinch, we're doing our thumb 4 times in a row. So don't rush through that. So let's do that again. 1. And if you're having trouble with that initial offbeat pinch, you could just take it out 1 and just do it without the pinch. But that pinch adds a little extra bluegrass flavor. So that's what we're doing there. Not too hard. Let's do it one more time. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. And then that's beat 1 of measure 2. So we're walking down into that melody line. And then we're going to do a forward roll, T-I-M, 4, 3, 1. Those are my strings. Back to the 3rd string with your index finger of your right hand. And then 2nd fret on the 4th string, open 1st string. So we have... And then we're going to hit the open 3rd string, and then a 2-5 slide on the 4th string with a forward roll, 4, 3, 1, T-I-M. Lining that slide up, that slide, not hammer on, slide. Don't slide too quick. And then do 5, 3, 1. So we have a quarter note at the beat of beat 1 of measure 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Just looping measure 3. Let's do the first 3 measures. So we have 1. Let's do just 2 and 3. And the melody there is kind Kind of similar to Long Journey Home. So that's the I Wish I Was in London part. One more time. And then we're going to go back to the 4 string. This is measure 4. And then 5, 1, thumb middle. And then 2nd fret on the 4 string, open 3rd string. And then we're going to get up to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string with our 1st finger. So that measure 4 is kind of a setup for the next measure. That just kind of walks into that melody line. So accent your thumb in measure 4. And we're going to use our 1st finger there because we're going to get into this larger 2-finger D chord. It's kind of your 4-finger D chord, but we're only going to use our 1st and 3rd finger. So that's why you're setting it up to play into that. You have... But if you did it this way, it might work easier at first, but then for the next lick, you're trapped. So remember in banjo, always think, where are you going next? So we have measure 3. So that's the, if you're thinking of the melody, Wish I Was in London, some old seaport town, that's that part. And then measure 5, play that 2nd fret, 1st finger, and then do 2 forward rolls, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1. And this one I'm really going to accent my index finger. That's our melody note, that 2nd fret. So don't over accent your thumb on this one. Hear how that sounds a little weird when you do it that way? And then measure 6, 3, 4 hammer on the 4 string with your 2nd and 3rd finger. Keep your 1st finger down, that'll help. And then I'm rolling forward while I do that hammer on. That's also good wrist angle practice. You need to test all those strings, make sure all those can ring out. You can't be back too much like this. Otherwise, when you try and do that hammer on, it's not going to work. You'll mute the 1st string. So keep your hand out. And if you're having trouble with that hammer on, just take it out and play just the 4th fret. So you could do that hammer on just adds a little extra flavor. So let's do 5 into 6. So we roll forward after that hammer on. And then do 4, 3, 1 again, same forward roll, and then open 3rd string. Let's do 5 and 6 together. We have. So that's the put my foot on a steamboat part. So the melody there again is, and then we go down to the 4th fret. And then open 3rd string, and then measure 7, pinch 1st string and 2nd string, and then 2nd fret on the 3rd string, thumb middle, and then roll forward 5, 3, 1, and then back to the open 3rd string with your index finger, your right hand. So let's do that 3 measure D lick. We have. Couple more times. So we're just working out of this D shape. The melody, again, starts here. And then right here, 2nd string is the melody. I just added a pinch. And then I use this last open string at the end of measure 7. That's going to help me get into my C chord. I'm going to do a forward reverse roll on the C chord with an open 2 hammer on the 4th string. And then down to the open 4th string. So that C, I just did an open 2 hammer on, 4, 3, 1, 5th string, and then backwards, 1st string, 3rd string, 4th string. And then I just did that little Scruggs trick where I took my 3rd finger off at the end and played it open. So that's just a common Scruggs trick. Okay, so let's do 5 through the beginning of 9. So we have. And the melody on the C goes down to that second fret. That's the sail the whole world round part if you're following with the lyrics. So you have... Let's do that a few times. Really work on getting the melody to pop out there. And then measure 9 is a fill lick, open 4 string, pinch the outside strings, and then put your second finger on the second fret of the 4th string, do a backwards roll, 1st string, 3rd string, 4th string, 1st string. So M-I-T-M. Again, that's just a fill lick, so we have... That's basically like the pickup, we just didn't walk it back down. But then into measure 10, we start the opening melody line again, so we have... This is a really great roll I kind of stole from J.D. Crowe. It's a forward reverse roll, except we don't use the 5th string, we're going to substitute the 4th string, so you get this cool syncopation on that melody. Again, I do my classic forward reverse roll, T-I-M, and then instead of going up to the 5th string, I'm going to hit my thumb on the 4th string, and then backwards. So that's just a substitute for measure 2, instead of... Now we have... Same idea, we're just playing with the timing there and kind of syncopating the melody a little bit more. And then 11, keep your second finger down, do thumb index, 4th string, 3rd string. And then slide with that same slide. So that's just, again, just a variation on measure 3. Instead of going... Now we're doing... So same melody. And then 12 is a variation on measure 4, so open 4th string, and then thumb middle outside strings. And then this time we're going to roll into that D chord, so put your second finger on the second fret of the 4th string, do 4, 3, 1, 5. So T-I-M-T there. And then we're going to use our first finger on that D chord, 2nd fret, and then pinch strings 3 and 1, index and middle. So instead of walking into it like we did with measure 4, which you could do if you if you didn't like this variation, but you could go. So that's how we did it the first time. Now we're doing. So the other thing I want you to notice here is look at how a lot of the variations we're doing are with our right hand. So very subtle variations. We're not really trying to reinvent the wheel here. We're looking at subtle ways to play with that melody and different ways to imply the melody. That's very Scruggs or Crow kind of style way to improvise. You don't want to get too far away from the melody, but you want to find those nice little rhythmic and right hand variations to bring out the melody in a different way. So comparing measure 4 and measure 12 would be really good. So the first one we walked into it really square. The second one we added a roll which syncopates it. See how we did that there? So let's do 10 through 11, or let's do 10 into the beginning of 13. So we have...